Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda. It was brought to my attention this week about an incident that happened on Facebook. A guy called Billy Hallowell, who works for CBN, the Christian Broadcasting Network, who I've had good relationships with, and CBN do the Superbook program that Solid Rock uses in our children's church and everything else. Well, Billy Hallowell is part of CBN, and he was warned by Facebook that one of his posts on Facebook had gone against, and I quote, our community standards on hate speech. And he was shocked at this because Billy would not want to post anything that would be in any way seem hateful to anybody. And so this was what he was being warned over. He posted on his Facebook wall, Jesus died so you could live. And apparently that remained up there for over a month until suddenly it got flagged as hate speech. Obviously what happened is somebody got offended. And I don't know how you can get offended at a Christian saying Jesus died so you could live. I mean, you can be an atheist, you can be a Muslim, whatever. You can disagree with that. But the idea that anyone would get offended over that is simply stunning to me, and certainly was stunning to Billy. So they said he could appeal against this, so he did appeal against it, and his appeal was rejected, and he's been warned that any future infractions, he could end up being banned from Facebook, either temporarily or even permanently. Now, this is absolute nonsense. Now, of course, the problem is that Facebook and social media companies like this, they're not government owned, they're private businesses. And private businesses can set whatever standard they like. We might see it as very hypocritical, but it's a private company, and really the only power we have is to decide, well, we're not going to use it. Now, some people have been saying, well, maybe we all need to get off Facebook and find a Christian way of messaging. Actually, that's not the answer at all. Jesus did not call us to pull out of the world. In fact, if I'm making a statement that Jesus died so you could live, I don't want to just be making that statement to people who already have life in Jesus, that are on a Christian messaging service or social media channel. I want to be able to put that message out to people who don't know Jesus. I just want to say today I'm posting up on my Facebook wall, Jesus died so you could live. And I would encourage you to do the same as well. You see, we have the freedom to do that. If a private company chooses to block us or whatever else, well, that's their stupidity. There's nothing we can do perhaps to stop that, but we can keep declaring the gospel of Jesus Christ. Now, if this, of course, was a nation, if it was the law of the land that was trying to stop us declaring such things, we would be up in arms, and we'd be trying to do something about it. Now, thankfully, living where we do, in Ireland, we have the freedom to say that Jesus died so you could live. And we will keep having that freedom, and we will keep saying it loudly. But when you're in the area of a private company, they decide what they do. Their house, their rules. You know, there's certain things. If you come into my house, I'll say, no, you can't say that. If you want to stand in my garden and start telling people how Muhammad is God's only prophet and that God doesn't have a son, I will say to you, you know what, you're free to believe that, but not in my garden, please. Get out of my garden. So a private company has the power to decide what will be said or not said. But the important thing is we are not intimidated by that. So let's keep declaring the truth, declaring it often, and declaring it loudly, that I can't think of a better message, or a message that is less about hate and more about love, than telling people that Jesus died so you can live. And I thank God for that scriptural truth, and I thank God that we have the freedom to declare that truth. And if Facebook doesn't want us to declare that, I think more likely it's an algorithm. I don't believe a human being has even looked at that. It's been some stupid algorithm. Somebody said they were offended, and it's all dealt with so automatically. But even if Facebook decides that you can't declare that life-changing truth that Jesus died so you could live, well, we can just proclaim that louder everywhere else we go, in Jesus' name. God bless you today. I invite you to join us again tomorrow, if I'm still on Facebook, for Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.